Yeah.
Life is happening at
Life
a
is indeed
breakneck
happening.
pace.
But Smash,
Here we are.
Smash has always been a big kid appeal franchise. You know, I mean, it's made by Nintendo. It's got all these colorful characters from different franchises.
Popular kids franchises.
It's got a very wide appeal, and I think because of that, a lot of new players coming in just from the strength of the IP.
I feel that way with actually the addition of Steve in particular.
He's definitely a dreams come true character for the younger generation, right?
Definitely. Oh, it looks like he is gonna be playing Byleth Hyrchurn. Hyrchurn.
Hyrchurn.
Yeah, this is going to be the distance demon versus the other distance demon.
One's a bit slower than the other, but neither of these are particularly fast. One of them's got projectiles. Actually, no, they both have projectiles. One of them's got a better,
That is true.
slightly better one.
Okay. And now Hyrchurn does not have a single point of damage on him yet.
Yeah.
SoulKnight going to have to find his footing.
He's been boxing out SoulKnight quite a bit, playing almost playing footsies here. You know, I think when Byleth was first designed to be like a long distance normal character, this is how he was like intended to play. You're kind of
this is
spacing out
how
like you're playing Under Night or something.
Ah, yes. Good old Under Night. Or some more traditional fighting game
Yeah.
where you have to really work your buttons, your mid-range pokes to find the hit.
That
It's not like
counter,
Smash.
though, is that counter is a neutral cheat too. That's what it is. Wow. That
Oh, wow.
Catching.
SoulKnight with the aggression off stage. Paid off. He's taken all the momentum back. He was on the back foot for the entire match up until that point, and now he's going to have to recover from that SD. He can do it.
Stocks, anyone's game.
SoulKnight trying to go for the Shadow Flare ledge trap there. He charged it up a little bit, but did not manage to find his mark. Interesting choice from Hyrchurn to up throw, actually.
SoulKnight trying to edge guard for a bit. Oh. Hang in there, Nintendo. Oh no.
It was us. It wasn't them.
Yeah, it was us. I'm pretty sure the commentate. I'm pretty sure the spectator client isn't directly like. I mean, it introduces a little bit of input lag, I believe, but it's like slightly delayed compared to the rest of them. So we're receiving their inputs from both of their players, like a few frames before. Yeah, there's a few frames delay before it gets to us. So if the delay gets too big between us and them, then we drop off. But luckily, I think that doesn't affect them, so they only will drop off if either of them get their input so delayed that the game gives up.
Right.
It's a vague explanation of how netcode and spectator stuff works. So unfortunately, we're just gonna have to sit here on the arena screen of shame while these two play it out and just wait for the winner.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
But judging by that first stock, I don't think we'll have a clear prediction on who wins.
Hyrchurn's definitely shown that he knows how to play around Sephiroth's range. He's using a lot of footsies. Like when he caught SoulKnight down airing there, and he had that side B ready to punish, and I think that's probably gonna be a key element in this matchup, right? Because Byleth having the range to punish. Oh, it looks like.
Whoa, that was fast. That was crazy fast. How did that happen?
The world may never know.
I wonder if we're gonna see the cloud here from SoulKnight.
Yeah, maybe we want a little faster action.
Mayhaps. Or maybe he just got hit by a bunch of moves at Byleth. What are the... I forgot what the hammer was called, or the axe, or what have you. I don't know what the weapon is.
Amir?
But it's the one on down smash.
Amir.
Amir, yes.
Yeah, maybe
I wonder if
he got
SoulKnight got hit by Amir one too many times and decided maybe Sephiroth's too light. He doesn't want to die that way.
Maybe
doesn't
he
want
got
to go
shield
out.
broken by a raw down B or something.
Perhaps. That would explain how the match ended so quickly.
Yeah. Oh, you called
Yes,
it.
we are going to see the cloud.
Yep, you called it. He's brought the cloud
Interesting. Yeah, SoulKnight has been swapping between these two characters. I think he's just about as comfortable on both.
I wonder if he's ever played Final Fantasy VII. He seems like a fan of both.
Maybe we should ask him on some other occasion.
Nintendo, please! Nintendo, please!
Oh no!
Why would you do this to us, Nintendo?
Oh my goodness.
Bandai Namco, I
Nintendo really
suppose.
doesn't want us to run this tournament.
Well, that's a shame. Oh, Bandai
Let me take a look
Namco
at the
it
rest of the
is.
bracket.
Yeah, let's while these two play it out, let's just put something else on to talk about. There we go.
So who do we have? It looks like Pram is up 1-0 against Spark. Noodles is 1-1 neck and neck with PK Eats. That seems like a hard match for on both ends. I don't know if Noodles is still playing Ice Climbers now, but he does have that kind of low tier character factor.
Ice Climbers
Ozil and
considered low tier?
I think so.
Yeah, I haven't really kept up with like all the recent meta stuff, especially since COVID hit and like not like the offline results all dropped off. Last I heard, like Ice Climbers had a lot of like really nice setups and stuff, but I guess like getting into the position where you could actually initiate those is still pretty hard for the characters.
Right, they still do. Exactly.
And
meanwhile, I guess Kirby going to be the pick from Noodles there.
PK Eats eliminated surprisingly early for once. I mean, it is a single elim bracket, and nobody is safe and stuff. But still, you usually expect to see PK Eats make it up to at least round 2, if not semis. He's bowing out there. Although it looks like he wasn't playing his Lucas.
He was playing the Luigi.
It's
and I can't tell who the that's kind of.
There you go. Oh, and
Hero. Hero's in the mix too. He's trying to have some fun.
Yeah,
I suppose.
Well, it's an online tournament. We won't begrudge anybody a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
If you want to win with like a me with a funny face, no one's gonna stop you.
Not even your opponents.
Yeah.
I've seen some pretty cursed me's.
I wonder if anybody's playing the Travis Touchdown me. Shout out to No More Heroes. It just came out recently. Nope, those two are still fighting. Conflict.
And Daboop go the icons. Daboop.
Yeah. I guess we'll take another look at the bracket. That guy at the bottom is someone I've never seen before fighting Ozil. His tag is a bit rude, and
it is?
Yeah.
How would you? What is it?
I don't know if I should tell you guys what it means.
Okay.
But,
what language is it in? It looks like it's in. My guess would be
Yeah. Oh, it looks like SoulKnight won the second one.
Oh boy.
Yep.
So we've got a game 3 set on our hands.
The cloud worked out for him, it seems, but we didn't get to see any of that, unfortunately. Hopefully, Bandai Namco will allow us to stream this third round. Please, Harada, bless us. And Sakurai.
It's Yesen's brother, according to Noodles.
Oh, it's Yesen's brother. All right, we got.
Didn't know Yesen had a brother, and I didn't know they could play on the same Switch in the same online tournament.
Maybe they have different Switches.
That would be even more stupendous, I suppose.
Although I doubt they'd have different LAN ports, unless they're not playing on LAN at all. All right, let me move the Switch over to a little bit further down the table, so maybe it has better line of sight to the router. I don't know. I'm doing what I can.
What language do you have your Switch in?
It's in German this week.
This week? Oh yeah, last week it was in Spanish. It wasn't, if I'm not mistaken.
They gave us all these languages to use. It'd be a pity not to use them.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
It seems like the most popular languages to be using in Smash right now are English, Japanese, and your native language, wherever you may be.
Yeah. Alright, so we're going to Kalos, round 3, and it looks like Bandai Namco has blessed us, so we get to watch this.
At least with one stock's worth of interaction, SoulKnight already on the chase. He's got the ledge game here. Well, he doesn't manage to keep Hyrchurn there forever. Up the out shield, putting in work for SoulKnight.
Already has a pretty extensive damage lead here.
But
Hyrchurn.
Hyrchurn gonna even it up immediately with an up tilt into up B. That's one of the most damaging combos you can find on Byleth, and yet you don't see very many Byleth players go somehow.
Oh, can he recover from there? No. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, one of the
answer is no. Okay, Hyrchurn not going to get to punish this up the edge shield. He'll punish the second one though. Better late than never. And SoulKnight with an aggressive landing just plops himself next to Hyrchurn and then shields.
Oh, so
immediately
like
up
parries
B.
to side B, this could be big.
Indeed.
Got the lich position.
Okay, rising back there from SoulKnight. Hyrchurn going to need to find himself a hit here in neutral somehow before SoulKnight runs away with the game.
He's getting juggled.
Indeed he is. And one of the things I'm noticing about SoulKnight's play is he's leaning on the full hop into landing aerial style of gameplay.
Tipper on the back there.
Hyrchurn's gonna need it. And if you can see right there, SoulKnight using the various ways he can either choose to fast fall or not fast fall to find a hit. And there you can see a no fast fall forward air working out for him. He's got enough limit to charge. Perhaps he could go for the ledge trap with it. He chooses to save it. Good rolls from Hyrchurn. Hyrchurn. The safe down tilt on shield from Hyrchurn. He's just going to exit the scramble with a full hop. Okay. Tries to go for the F smash, does not find it. But the finishing touch going to be a big moment for SoulKnight in this match.
Yeah, he doesn't usually use that limit option, so he's probably feeling himself a little bit. I guess since he's up a stock. Like, what the heck, I'll go for it.
Yeah, why not?
Oh,
okay.
No, that's a shame. I like
Hyrchurn tried to, yeah. He tried to up B the up B.
It would have been pretty cool if it landed. Alright, SoulKnight's got the, got the limit, and Hyrchurn landed into it.
He tries to go for the spike, reading the jump. Doesn't find the timing. And now, Hyrchurn is in dash attack percent. F tilt might also take it here. SoulKnight going to advance.
It's just a really difficult situation to be in, I guess. It's Byleth. You're being lich trapped there. You don't really have any super fast options to try and get out of that situation.
Yeah, SoulKnight looked much more comfortable in that game than the second, or what we saw of the first. I'm tripping. We didn't see any of the second game.
We can only guess. Alright, so...
we can only speculate.
That's going to be it for round 1. Let's take a look
round 1 is in fact over.
Let's take a look at what's going on in the bracket. Yeah, so these matches are still being run, but it looks like Xenospark's out early as well. The Mii Brawler player who we've seen quite a few times in the last few weeks. Lost to Pram, a Wolf player. Do you know anything about Pram?
I don't believe I do. I don't recognize his name.
Looks like he'll be on stream though, so we'll get to see his play. Or her play, who knows. His or her play. And,
they Pram.
And between Ozell and Gugu Jiao, it's a 1-1.
It's definitely it definitely has to be a Mandarin swear word.
It's slang for a certain body part. Let's just leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it looks like Bean has taken it 2-0 over Midoriya.
Yeah, these are all new players as well too. I've never seen them before.
Oh, well I think Midoriya is just a Kyojuro, but he changes his tag to this event.
These newfangled kids and their 100 names.
Did you say Neophyte Club kids?
Newfangled kids.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well.
Back in my day, we picked one tag and we stuck with it.
Yeah, it looks like it wasn't Yesent somebody else as well. Yesent had a different tag. It was Psych or Psyche or something along those lines.
Well, as long as you're happy with what your game attack is, you know, he won't begrudge you.
Yeah, but I'm not sure Kyoto was too happy with his tag actually, because he's changed it multiple times. So, you know, I guess you can't really, if you keep changing it, I guess it's hard to feel like you've settled on one, you know? I don't believe I've seen the name Bean before either.
Yeah, it looks like we get new kid. I keep calling them kids. They're probably not all kids.
Oh man,
we keep getting new players every week signing up, which is nice. You know, that means we're not only seeing the same 16 people every week. That means there is enough demand that, you know, different people want to pop in here and make the most of it, even though it's online. Gizmo, thanks for the follow.
Hello, Gizmo. Yeah, and it seems like perhaps one person could get tired of joining the weekly over and over, so they give their spot to a different player in the rotation. So we actually see a lot of new faces every week, even though it is a capped event.
Yep. It looks like M-Dog and Jejun finally started their game. It's been slow there for a bit, so I think that's what we're waiting on right now. That you can see that second round. We're waiting for Trash and Bub to finish, as well as M-Dog and Jejun. I hope we see M-Dog again. Put up a pretty good fight last week. And it's always nice to see new players here, right?
True.
Yeah. When you see a new player start to adapt in a matchup, that's when everybody feels like, you know, they're reminded back of their old days when they were first picking up the game and they first learned how to play with intent, you know. And it's just a really cool thing to see, I guess. At least for me personally.
It's also a reminder not to get complacent if you're at the top.
But it looks like we're gonna have the other round 2 game first, which is gonna be Prem and I'm gonna shorten it to Cuckoo to. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Let's just call him Cuckoo.
Sure.
His fault for picking that tag. I don't know which of these. I don't know which of these two players is Cho though. I hope the other person has their tag as their display name. Otherwise, I might have to ask around in the Discord again.
Or we could just wait until they play the characters that they play. I mean, if they enter the match and it's a wolf player against somebody else, well, no, the wolf is Pram. Perhaps.
Looks like Cuckoo's playing Terry, which I don't believe I've seen Terry in any Singapore events before, which is gonna be cool. It's gonna be the first time I'm seeing him.
Interesting. Are there no Terry players in Singapore?
Not that I know of, but I haven't really been keeping up too much, so maybe some of the new players are playing Terry.
Perhaps. But yeah, Terry Wolf going to be the matchup that we're projected to see, I suppose.
So if we do end up seeing that matchup, what are your thoughts on it?
Wolf is at that weight where Terry can actually find Rising Fair into down tilt. It's not going to be a true combo, but it's very hard to escape on the Wolf's end, so forward air is going to be huge in the matchup, I think. Especially out of shield, and perhaps in neutral as well, because it's going to lead into down tilt, F tilt, and special, your crack shoots, your Burn Knuckles, your Buster Wolves. But on the other hand, Wolf does have the F tilt to catch imperfect up Bs from Terry at the ledge. So both characters really have the tools to obliterate each other should they get the chance.
Yeah. And I'm also thinking about I wonder how much impact Blaster will have in this matchup, because Terry does have a few projectile invincible approaches, right? If I'm not wrong.
Does he? Off of the top of my head, I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember if Crackshot's projectile invincible or not. Maybe I'm mixing it up with Fatal Fury itself or King of Fighters. But yeah. If he doesn't really have any ways to get around Blaster, then that could be pretty, well, maybe not that bad, but it's gonna be pretty annoying, I suppose. Trying to get
Well, running shield is always a universal way to get around that.
Yeah, and he does have a pretty good run speed, right?
Yeah, Harry's is usable. Let me just use the bathroom.
Alright.
This is the problem with commentating after dinner.
I'll see you in a bit then. So how y'all doing, chat? Playing any new games lately? Okay, looks like we have confirmation. Prem is Prem, and Cho is Kukujiao. God, it feels so awkward saying that tag. Why do y'all do this? Why do y'all have such weird tags? Oi oi oi. Tales of Arise. That's a good game. I remember when everybody was wanting a Tales of character in Smash, which, you know, to be fair, Bandai Namco, they only had the one Pac-Man in, and everybody was like, you know, they're probably gonna put in another third party, right? And it's like, it's a toss-up between Tales or Tekken, and it turned out to be Tekken. But you guys, what are you guys' thoughts? Do you want a Tales of character? Or is it just gonna be another anime swordsman thing and like, nah, we want another character? Alright, we got support for Tales off, and we got support for Tails. Looks like it. Tails music in Smash would be pretty nice though, wouldn't it? Man, can you... Has it really been so long that there's only one last DLC character left for Smash? And time really flew, didn't it?
Yeah. It did. I think the pandemic has a lot to do with that. The pandemic has dilated our perception of time.
Yeah. It's dilated it so much that we bring it up every week.
Right?
Yeah. But,
I can't tell last week apart from last week.
The good news is I don't have to ask in the Discord who's who because Prem is Prem. And we get to go off that. But yeah, apparently Cuckoo Xiao, which it's still so weird saying that. Cuckoo is apparently Yesen's brother, so I'm guessing they would have played together quite a bit. So I'm very curious to see how this Terry turns out.
One of the things that I notice about brothers in at least the Smash PH scene is that they don't actually play against each other very much.
They don't, do they? But
they don't.
You imagine, like, you have an easy access to offline Smash in the pandemic because you're in the same house.
And yet...
you
choose to play in the Singapore server instead, or the NFC server instead.
Well, it is what it is, I suppose. I guess they'll stay striking right now, so we'll just wait a little bit longer. Yeah, we were talking about, like, there's only one DLC slot left, and wondering, you know, who's gonna round it out, when are they gonna be announced. I feel like there was, like, pretty big anticipation for, like, when the next character is gonna be coming out up to this point, but with this last character, like, maybe because we've received a bunch of news recently after E3 and stuff, so people aren't really haven't been left alone with their thoughts long enough to start, like, theorizing, you know, when's the next character gonna be announced. My money's on, it's probably the Game Awards, right? They've been doing that a couple times. But then again, they have to come out before the end of this year, I believe. That was the plan initially, right? All characters by the end of 2021. So if they wait till then they only have a month to release the character. So maybe earlier, who knows? Maybe they'll just do another Nintendo Direct for the third quarter and then they'll toss it in there. Maybe
I just hope whoever it is, they're relevant in the meta.
Maybe it's a new character from Metroid Dread or something. That'd be an interesting idea now that I think about it, right? Because on the one hand, I guess closing out the past with another first-party character would be a little disappointing to some, but on the other hand, if it's from Metroid Dread, which is one of the biggest anticipated first-party titles from Nintendo from a long time, I think that might balance it out a little bit. And, you know, I don't think anybody's going to be too unhappy with more Metroid representation. It's always been kind of an underdog franchise as far as Nintendo goes.
Mm-hmm.
What are you personally looking forward to?
I don't think I'm a fan of video games at this point anymore. I just want to compete. So whoever they release, I hope that the character is relevant in the meta and at least high tier. I got that. I wished for a top tier, and they gave us Pyra Mythra, so I'm very happy. I love the matchup. I like the Joker Pyra matchup. I like watching the character. I like seeing different top players explore different ways to play the character, and so I've been having a bit of fun just watching, you know, Summit for that reason. So I hope the next character they introduce also does that for the metagame, because that's kind of what I'm after. But if they end up releasing a character that falls flat in the competitive scene, it's also okay, because we've got so many relevant characters already in DLC pass number 2.
For sure, for sure. I was actually really happy with Pyra Mythra too. Like, but for character reasons, you know, like when they first announced the game and they put Rex in it.